There comes a moment in every life when silence gets too loud, when you look in the mirror and realize you've been waiting for something that's never coming, waiting for luck, waiting for a sign, waiting for someone to save you. But no one's coming, it's you. It's always been you. The world doesn't hand out greatness, it hides it inside of struggle. And every day you wake up and breathe, you're standing in the middle of your chance to build yourself from the ground up. Most people never start because they're afraid. Afraid of what people will say, afraid to fail, afraid to be seen trying. So they stay still dreaming instead of doing, wishing instead of working. They talk about what they could be, what they might do, what they almost did. But the truth is simple. Talk doesn't build anything. Sweat does. Sacrifice does. Showing up every single day, even when you're tired, even when you're broken, even when no one believes in you. That's how you build yourself. Every day you wake up, you get two choices: to repeat history or to make it. You can wake up tired, roll over, and hide under the weight of your own excuses, or you can get up, look that tired version of yourself in the eye and say, not today. You can't wait for motivation. You created by movement. You can't wait for the perfect moment. You make the moment perfect by showing up. People want to win, but they don't want to grind. They want the results, but not the repetitions. But the truth is you can't cheat the process. You can't skip the steps. You can't pray for a body and never pick up a weight. You can't ask for a dream and sleep through your destiny. You build yourself in the dark when nobody's clapping, when nobody's watching, when nobody cares. You build yourself in silence while the world is asleep, while doubt screams in your ear, while pain whispers that it's easier to quit. And that's when you decide who you are. Because every champion was once a contender who refused to stop fighting. Every giant was once a beginner who kept swinging when the hits got harder. Every success story you admire was written with the same ink, grind, discipline, and faith. You got to stop telling yourself it's too late. You got to stop acting like the opportunity passed you by. It didn't. It's still here. It's just waiting for you to be serious. You keep waiting for confidence, but confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. Every time you show up, every time you push through fear, you earn a little more belief in yourself. And one day you wake up and realize you're no longer chasing greatness. You'll become it. You want to know the difference between those who make it and those who don't? It's not talent. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's how bad you want it when everything's against you. It's life will test you. Life will break you, disappoint you, and try to convince you that you're not built for this. But that's the trick. It's not breaking you. It's building you. Every struggle, every failure, every tear is shaping something inside you that success never could. You can't grow in comfort. You can't rise without resistance. The pressure you feel right now isn't punishment. It's preparation. When the nights get long and the grind feels endless, remember why you started. Remember that dream that kept you up when everyone else was asleep. Remember the version of yourself that was tired of being average. That's the fire you protect. Because there will come a time when nobody believes in you. Not your friends, not your family, not even you. But you still have to move. You still have to show up. Discipline must become your oxygen. You have to want it so bad that quitting isn't even an option you entertain. There's a voice inside you that keeps saying you can't. That voice is lying. It's afraid of what happens when you finally realize how powerful you are. Because once you start believing, once you start showing up every day, that voice gets quieter. The fear gets smaller, and that's when you take control. That's when you stop surviving and start building. Building yourself isn't glamorous. It's not motivational quotes and highlight reels. It's pain. It's early mornings when your body screams for more sleep. It's staying late when your mind says you're done. It's choosing growth over comfort, discipline over desire, purpose over pleasure. It's fighting through self-doubt, through comparison, through criticism. It's falling 7 times and standing up 8. And standing up 8. You don't build yourself when life is easy. You build yourself when everything's heavy and you lift anyway. People will look at you like you changed, and you have. You stop talking like them, moving like them, thinking like them. They'll say you're obsessed. Let them. Because obsession is what greatness feels like before it's understood. You have to be willing to look crazy for a while to be remembered forever. You can't build something extraordinary while living like everyone else. Success requires isolation. Growth demands solitude. The grind will make you lonely, but that loneliness is the price of transformation. One day you'll look back and realize the pain was the best teacher you ever had. Every failure built your resilience. Every rejection built your patience. Every lonely night built your strength. You were never losing, you were learning. The people who doubted you were just background noise to the symphony you were composing in silence. You were laying bricks when they were chasing shortcuts. And now the house you built with discipline will outlast everything they tried to rip with comfort. You have to stop romanticizing the destination and start falling in love with the process. Because once you build yourself, it's no longer about the result. It's about the responsibility to keep showing up, to keep improving, to keep lifting others as you ride. Success isn't a finish line, it's a foundation. You don't stop once you make it. You build more, you get more, you become more. Because the moment you think you've arrived, you start sinking. There will be days when the fire inside you dims, when motivation disappears, when progress feels invisible. That's when discipline becomes your best friend. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you moving. The real ones don't wait to feel ready. They move even when it hurts. They don't chase comfort. They chase commitment. They understand that greatness lives in the places most people run from. Discomfort, boredom, repetition, struggle. Every rep, every day, every ounce of effort compounds into something unstoppable. You've got to forgive yourself for what you weren't and focus on what you're becoming. The old you served its purpose, it survived. But now it's time to build the next version. The focus you, the consistent you, the relentless you. Don't carry the shame of the past into the blueprint of your future. You can't build a whole broken pieces. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the excuses. Let go of the stories you tell yourself about why you can't. They're lies, all of them. The truth is you can. You always could, you just stop believing. You're going to have moments where everything you work for feels like it's falling apart. You question your path. You want to stop, but understand this. Every setback is setting the stage for your comeback. The storm is not there to drown you. It's there to cleanse you. It's removing what you don't need so you can carry what you do. When it gets hard, say thank you, because that's proof you're being refined, not destroyed. Pressure doesn't crush diamonds, it creates them. There will be people who try to pull you back to who you used to be. Don't let them. You can't grow in the same soil that buried you. You can love people and still outgrow them. You can appreciate the past and still walk toward your future. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing your peace, your grind, your evolution. The world may not understand your hunger, but it doesn't have to. It's not their vision, it's yours. Building yourself means building faith, not just in God, but in the process. Trust that the effort you're putting in will bear fruit, even when you can't see it yet. Seeds don't sprout overnight. You plant them, water them, protect them, and wait. That's what success is, doing the work long before the results appear. Don't rush your growth. Respect your grind. The timing may not be what you want, but it's always what you need. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right where you're supposed to be. Every mistake, every detour, every dark night was part of the construction. You can't build skyscrapers with shallow foundations. Life dug deep so you could rise high. You've been tested because you're meant to lead. You've been broken because you're meant to rebuild stronger. You've been delayed because your destiny requires development. So wake up and decide. Decide that you're done settling for average. Decide that your excuses are no longer valid. Decide that no matter what happens, you're not stopping, because success doesn't belong to the smartest or the luckiest. It belongs to the ones who stay consistent. You might not control when you win, but you control when you quit. And if quitting is never an option, success becomes inevitable. The clock is ticking. The days you waste will never come back. Every sunrise is a gift. Every breath a reminder that you still have time to build. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop opening. Stop opening. Start doing. Get up. Grow. Fail. Adjust. Repeat. That's the blueprint. That's the formula. That's how you build yourself. Because one day when the noise fades and the world finally sees what you become, they'll call it success. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't success that made you. It was every lonely morning, every silent night, every small victory no one clapped for. It was the work nobody saw, the tears nobody wiped, the faith nobody understood. It was you. You built you. And that's something no one can ever take away. When you finally start building yourself, when the foundation begins to take shape, there's a moment you must face that nobody warned you about. It's not the start that's hard, it's the middle. The moment when the excitement fades, when the motivation quiets, when the results slow down and the grind feels endless. That's the real test, because success isn't just about starting strong, it's about staying consistent when the fire burns low. It's about keeping your faith alive when the world forgets your name. When you build yourself, you learn that greatness doesn't announce itself. It whispers, it hides behind all the small choices that no one celebrates and that no one celebrates. Most people stop because they mistake progress for perfection. They want to see the result now, feel the reward now, taste the victory now. But building yourself means learning patience. You've got to trust that every small effort is stacking up even when it feels invisible. The grind always pays, but it never pays early. You have to learn to keep moving, nobody claps. You have to celebrate yourself when nobody notices. Because one day, the very things that make you tired of the strength that makes others stand in awe. The habits you build in the dark will become the light that guides your future. And when that happens, when you finally taste a little success, you'll face a new test, the test of comfort. Success will try to soften you. It will tell you to rest, to ease up, to enjoy what you've earned. But the same hunger that built you must be the hunger that sustains you. You can't relax in the middle of the climb. You can't stop building when you've only just begun. Too many people lose themselves at the top because they forget what it took to get there. They forget the pain that forged them, the focus that drove them, the fire that kept them alive. Don't you dare forget your hunger. Don't you dare lose your edge. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. The moment you stop learning, you start losing. You don't get to the next level by celebrating the last one. You get there by becoming obsessed with improvement. Not with being better than others, but with being better than you were yesterday. You gotta stay humble enough to learn and strong enough to lead. Every new level of growth will demand a new version of you. What got you here won't get you there. The discipline that built your foundation must now evolve into wisdom. The grind that created your success must now become direction. It's not just about working hard anymore. It's about working smart with purpose, with vision, because building yourself isn't a one-time project. It's a lifelong construction site. You are constantly under development. You have to protect your peace as fiercely as you protect your progress. Because once you start rising, distractions multiply. Everyone will want a piece of your energy, some to learn from you, some to drain you, some to test you. You must learn to say no even when it's uncomfortable. You must guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Energy is currency, and how you spend it determines your destiny. Stop wasting it on negativity, gossip, comparison, and things that don't feed your purpose. Build yourself by feeding your mind, your soul, your body. You can't pour from an empty cup. You will outgrow people. You will outgrow environments. You will outgrow conversation. Don't feel guilty for evolving. Growth demands that you share what no longer fits. You cannot become your future self while holding hands with your past. Let go. Some people are only meant to witness your beginning, not your becoming. The journey is lonely, but solitude breeds clarity. You learn who you are in the quiet. You hear your purpose in the silence. You meet your higher self when the noise fades. Every time you level up, life will ask, are you sure? It will test your patience, your purpose, your commitment. It will take something from you, time, comfort, maybe even people. But every test is a filter. It separates the committed from the curious, the faithful from the fearful. If you want to keep rising, you must prove again and again that you're built for this. Pain is the proof that you're growing. Every great story requires struggle shapes character. You can't build yourself without resistance. You got to stop seeing failure as the end and start seeing failure as the end and start seeing it as feedback. Failure isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It doesn't say you can't. It says, not this way. Every time you fall, you learn what doesn't work. Every mistake is a map pointing you closer to what will. The difference between winners and quitters isn't that one never fails. It's that one refuses to stay down. You only lose when you stop learning. You only fail when you stop trying. Every champion has scars, but those scars are proof of survival. You have to fall in love with becoming uncomfortable. The world will tell you to settle, to slow down, to be realistic. But realistic never changed anything. Realistic never built empire. Realistic never built empire generation by generation. The ones who build legacies are the ones who dared to dream when everyone else was asleep. They worked while others rested. They believed while others doubted. They acted when others complained. That's what it means to build yourself. It means refusing to let ordinary define you. There will come a day when your success becomes someone else's inspiration. Someone will watch you and say, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That's why you can't stop. Because what you're building isn't just for you, it's for every person who needs to see proof that it's possible. You're building hope. You're building faith. You're building legacy. And legacies aren't built in comfort. They're built in consistency. When life gets heavy and you feel like you've been fighting forever, remember this. Everything you're going through has a purpose. The pain, the pressure, the patience is shaping you into someone who can handle the blessings you've been asking for. If you got everything you wanted right now, you wouldn't be ready for it. So life is training you, molding you, testing you. Be grateful for the grind. The same way fire refines gold, struggle refines your strength. You are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. When you reach new levels, don't forget to look back. Not to stay, but to live. Because building yourself isn't just about you. It's about building others too. Once you've climbed out of your hole, reach down and pull someone else up. Success without significance is empty. You can't call yourself great if your greatness doesn't create opportunity for others. So when you build yourself, make it your mission to build others. Leave fingerprints of purpose wherever you go. Leave people better than you found them. The world doesn't need more talkers, it needs more doers. It doesn't need more dreamers, it needs more builders. People who don't just speak about change, but become it. Every time you show up, you're giving permission for someone else to do the same. You're proving that ordinary people can build extraordinary lives if they stay committed. That's power. That's power. That's purpose. Impact. Never forget. Comfort kills ambition. The moment you start getting comfortable, you start declining. That's why the best never stop training, never stop learning, never stop pushing. Because success is rented and the rent is due every day. The grind doesn't end when you reach the top. It begins again at a higher level. You have to keep sharpening your mind, strengthening your spirit, expanding your vision. The minute you think you've mastered it all, life will humble you. Stay hungry, stay humble, stay focused. When the world tells you you've done enough, tell yourself, I'm just getting started. When your body says it's tired, tell it one more rep. When your mind says it's too much, tell it I can handle this. Because you can. You come too far to only come this far. You didn't survive all that pain just to play small now. You didn't fight all those battles just to quit at the door of your destiny. You've earned your scars, now wear them like armor. You're not competing with anyone else. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. If you're improving, you're winning. You don't need to be the best. You just need to be better. Better focus, better habits, better energy, better discipline. That's how you transform. That's how you rise. Every small improvement is a brick in the empire you're building. Understand this, nobody owes you any. The world doesn't care how much you want it. It only responds to how much you're willing to work for it. You can't build yourself while waiting for someone's permission. You can't build yourself while blaming the system, your past, your environment. You are not a product of your circumstances. You're a product of your decisions. Every day you decide who you're becoming. Every day you choose whether to rise or repeat. Your life is your construction site. So build like your future depends on it, because it does. You must build discipline before desire. Motivation fades, but habits remain. You can't depend on feelings. You must depend on principles. Feelings change, but discipline doesn't. You don't feel like grind anyway. You don't feel like learning. Learn anyway. You don't feel like showing up. Show up anyway. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you rise. The world belongs to those who act, not those who wait for perfect feelings. And when the doubts return, as they will, remember the truth. You were never meant to be average. You were never meant to just exist. You were born to create, to lead, to grow, to impact. There's power inside you that's been sleeping under layers of fear and excuses. Wake it up. Feed it with effort. Challenge it with adversity. Let it roar through your actions, because once you tap into your full potential, nothing today can stop you. You'll stop asking a can I and start declaring I will. Your vision must be so strong that your excuses no longer matter. You must want your future more than your comfort. You must believe in your destiny more than your doubt, because faith without work is fantasy. Dreams without discipline are delusions. You can't wish for success. You have to work for it until wishing becomes irrelevant. Every time you move with purpose, you prove your belief. And one day when your reality matches your vision, you'll understand why the grind was necessary. You can't be afraid to start over. Sometimes life breaks what's weak so it can rebuild what's strong. Sometimes you have to lose everything to gain yourself. Don't fear failure. It's just the universe asking how bad you want. Every time you rise after falling, you send a message. I'm built for this. You weren't created to quit. You weren't designed to give up. You're built to rise, to rebuild, to rise again, no matter how many times you fall. And when you look around and realize you've changed, don't apologize for it. Growth will make people uncomfortable. Your discipline will expose their laziness. Your vision will make them question their comfort. That's not arrogance. That's leadership. You weren't called to fit in. You were called to stand out. You weren't born to blend. You were born to build. So walk in that power, speak in that strength. Move in that purpose, because when you finally build yourself, the world starts to rebuild itself through you. So keep going, keep building, keep believing, keep believing. The journey doesn't end here. It's just the next level. You've come too far to slow down now. The foundation is laid, the structure is rising, the vision is alive. Every day you wake up, you have another chance to add a brick, to strengthen your walls, to lift higher. And one day when you look around at everything you've built, the strength, the peace, the legacy, you'll realize that the struggle was worth it, that every sleepless night, every painful step, every silent tear had a purpose, because the truth is nobody builds you but you. Nobody saves you but you. Nobody defines you but you. And once you accept that truth, you become unstoppable. You become a force. You become everything you were meant to be. So rise higher, build deeper, dream louder, live stronger. You've already proven you can start, now prove you can sustain. The grind doesn't stop. The mission doesn't end. You are still under construction. Keep building. And one day it all comes full circle. The noise fades, the battle's quiet, and you stand in the middle of everything you once dreamed about. You don't see perfection, you see purpose. You don't see luck, you see labor. Every scar tells a story, every tear built a wall, every setback laid a foundation. You realize that all along life wasn't testing you, it was training you. It wasn't breaking you, it was building you. You finally understand that success was never the destination. It was who you became on the way there. The sleepless nights, the lonely mornings, the failures that almost broke you. All of it was part of the design. You didn't need the world to believe in you. You needed to believe in yourself. You didn't need approval. You needed alignment. The power was never out there. It was always within. You were no longer chasing. You are creating. You are no longer waiting. You are working. You are working. You are no longer dreaming of change. You are the change. You are proof that pain has a purpose, that faith has force, that persistence pays. The world will see the glow, but only you will know the grind behind it. And that's the beauty of it. You built yourself when nobody else could. Now it's your turn to build others, to speak when silence tries to swallow someone else's hope, to lead when fear freezes those around you, to lift when others stumble, because the real reward of building yourself is realizing you were never just building for you. You were laying bricks for every soul who needed to see it was possible. So when your time comes to rest, may the world remember you not for what you had, but for what you gave. Not for how loud you shouted, but for how deeply you built. Because that's the truth of greatness. It's not about being remembered, it's about making an impact that never fades. You built yourself up. You stood when it was hardest to stand. You believed when belief felt impossible. And now when the world looks at you, they don't just see success. They see strength. The story ends here, but the building never stops. Keep growing, keep giving, keep becoming. Because you are the masterpiece and the builder.